Hi everyone, it's Reverend Dr. Katie. I hope you're doing well. And this is a quick Facebook Live to talk about the full moon that's coming up tomorrow. I'm recording this on September 12th, 2019, just in case someone is watching it at a later date. And a lot of what I say will apply to any full moon, but this one is specific to the one that is happening tomorrow, Friday the 13th, which is just kind of a fun little coincidence. And it has a ton of energy. I don't know about all of you, but I've been feeling a little more emotional this week. Just been feeling a little more surrounded by energy, kind of a little more responsive to all of the energy that's around me. And if that's the case for you, then you're not alone. This happens with a lot of full moons, and then it's for particularly just kind of intense right now. So we're getting ready for the harvest full moon, and the harvest full moon is a little bit self-explanatory for those of us in the northern hemisphere. It's autumn, so it's time when we are harvesting and reaping in the fruits of the spring and of the summer and getting ready to celebrate that, and also making this transition. It's a transition into fall. Fall will begin for us in about 2 weeks. If you are in the southern hemisphere, of course, you are shifting into the warmer months where you're getting ready for planting. So the energy will be a little bit different, but we also share a lot of this energy as well. Let me explain just a little bit about full moons in general. Full moons are beautiful times of expansion. We know that we are earth creatures. We are all made of stardust. We are made of God's beautiful creation. We are extensions of that creation, and we share in that creation. So it only makes sense that a full moon will affect us. I don't even want to say it affects us. The full moon is in a dance with the earth, and we are part of that dance. And so if we see ourselves as extensions of that dance and partners in that dance, that means it makes it a little easier to go with the flow, to go with the rhythms, to participate in the beautiful expansion that the full moon symbolizes and represents and embodies. And we are part of that expansion. We are not separate from it, because we are all part of the same beautiful creation that God has made here for, in the earth, in the universe, in this dimension. You're here for a reason. You're experiencing it for a reason. So full moons are times when sometimes emotions do get a little bit heightened, whereas in the new moon, it's a great time for reflection and kind of self-awareness, setting intentions. The full moon is like the full release of those intentions. It's the full kind of manifestation of what we have been intending in our lives. So it's a great time to ask you, what is it that you have been working towards manifesting in your own life? What have you been co-creating as a Christian with God? Whatever you've been putting out there, you're likely to be receiving right now. So I know we had a lot of questions like, what about anxiety? Does that apply? Yeah, it does. I had to go to the eye doctor earlier today, and I was a little anxious about it. It's not particularly my favorite doctor's appointment to have, because I always kind of have a family history of weird eye stuff. So I always get a little bit anxious about that. And believe me, I've been subconsciously a little anxious about it all week long. I make the appointment for the day before the full moon. So yeah, that energy was amplified. And I was manifesting that particular energy and then bringing it into my life. My eyes are fine. Everything's great. No worries at all. But I was manifesting the emotion, and I knew it. I walked into that doctor's office. I was like, I've been kind of worried about this all week, just in the back of my mind. Haven't done anything to counteract that worry, and here I am manifesting it. So if you have been worried about money, if you've been worried about relationships, if you've been anxious about any part of your life, you're probably feeling that a little bit more right now. If you've been particularly joyful, happy, settled into a new phase of your life, then you're probably feeling over the moon about that. Sorry for the pun. I couldn't resist it at all. And so this moon is amplifying whatever emotions you're feeling. I think the point is not to deny the emotions, because you're feeling them, might as well roll with them. But it's neither to excuse yourself, like I have a tendency to do. You might have this tendency as well. Neither do we want to excuse ourselves and say, oh, well, that's just the full moon. This expansion invites us to reflect on what it is we put out there into the world, because we are receiving it back right now. Gonna say that again. This full moon, any full moon, especially this one, invites us to reflect on what we are putting out there into the universe, because you are receiving it back right now. Whatever it is that you're feeling is probably a reflection of something that you have put out there into the universe. And the same is true for me. Anxiety about the eye doctor is one, but also kind of joy. And I've been just so impressed with all the people I've been working with and all the things they're manifesting in their lives. And I've been feeling the intense love and joy that I have in working with them more this week than I usually do, which is really a lot as well. And so I've been experiencing those emotions too. So it's a package deal. We get all of that at once. One of the things we also want to look at in the full moon is that every full moon is in a particular astrological sign. This full moon is in Pisces. We're not in Pisces right now in the astrological calendar, but where the full moon falls into the sky will be in Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. It's an emotional sign. Those of you who are Pisces go really deep, really far. You're able to have this really inward reflection. So we have this watery inward reflection energy paired with the expansive energy of the full moon. Those make for a little yin and yang, wow, opportunity for deep feels for all the feels. You're probably feeling them all at once. And it's opportunity for, again, us to say, what are we putting out there? Are we spending time in prayer? Are we spending time in meditation? How is that going in our lives? It's an opportunity to engage in those practices even more. And so this is also, I think, a beautiful time for surrender. What is it that's happening? Let's surrender to that. I don't mean cave. I don't mean cave in. I mean to say, this is what's happening in my life. Let me surrender to what's happening, to be part of the flow. So you're part of the dance. And then begin to manifest how you want that surrender, what the outcome is that you want that surrender to be within your life. So I hope this is all making sense. I'm going to pause and look at questions so I can answer a few questions. While I am doing that, I want to invite everyone. I put a link up at the top of the post. I'll put it in the comments too. You may want to get on the pre-list for an astrology for Christians class. I don't know when I'll be offering it, but I will be offering it for sure. So this is only getting on the email list for it. And I studied astrology pretty intensely for about a year. I'm getting ready for my second intense year coming up sometime in the near future. And I love sharing this. It's been really, really helpful in my daily faith journey. We do see astrology in scripture. We'll be studying that. I'll be showing everyone how ancient people conceived of the stars and the moon, and how they saw themselves as natural extensions of God's creation. Ancient people did not have the same separation that we did today, and what it means to be good stewards of the earth. And good stewards of the earth also look to the skies. We look to the heavens as well as part of God's creation. So you may just want to click on that and get signed up for it too. So hi, everyone. Thank you, everyone who said hi. It's great to see you. Hello. Okay, so I have some people are, reconciling guilt and anxiety with metaphysical beliefs and activities. And feeling that it's okay to want to manifest money as a Christian and having that guilt. So thank you so much for the honesty, for putting that out there. Let me just respond with some kind of loving kindness to this, to these reflections that you've offered. I really appreciate this. And so reconciling the guilt and anxiety with being a Christian, being part of having the daily faith journey, and practicing metaphysics. This is exactly what I do. This is what I help people reconcile all the time. It is possible. You can do it. Please private message me so we can get you started on that path. There's absolutely no reason to wait. But I think what you have expressed here is that you've been feeling that guilt. You've put that guilt out there into the universe, and it's very common. You're not alone. You're not wrong for doing this. But when we put it out there, then you've received it back probably in spades the past week and through the rest of the weekend. You're not locked into that. It doesn't have to be like that forever, but that's what's going on right now. Hold on one second. Do you mind leaving it open? Thanks, because I get a better signal. Okay, little household. Household things with the wireless and closed doors here. Okay, and the second one, the feeling, is it okay to want to manifest money? Depends on how you want to use that money, of course. Yes, but it is okay. You are We are all entitled to abundance, and I choose to work with people who want to use the abundance that they receive to make the world a better place. And untangling all those feelings about money and abundance and guilt and shame and all of that. It's big, it's important, and you all deserve that. That's something you're interested in that I can maybe provide some more resources on. Click yes, write yes, send me a message or something like that. Because that takes some deep inner reflection. Using actually the moon cycle to do that would be really, really helpful. So thank you for sharing that, because that's something we do need to all address. And someone else commented, big family blowout, going into full moon feeling negative. Yeah, I can totally get that. But actually, let me just offer to you to maybe even rephrase that for yourself. Like you're acknowledging it, you're acknowledging the emotions, and that's all really good. But maybe you can also go into this full moon thinking, gosh, the air got cleared, like the air under the moon got cleared. And maybe this is an opportunity for other kinds of expansion and healing as well. So I'll just offer that to you and see if that resonates with you. Okay, so I saw a yes, an affirmative, that yeah, maybe talking about abundance, or having, maybe we can just create a little short challenge around abundance and money and those feelings of guilt, and see what we can do with that kind of expansion. All right, everyone, I think you're all set for the full moon. The one thing I ask you to do is click on the link, sign up for the course if it's something that you're interested in, and that way you'll just be on the first list to receive information about it as we move closer into to be able to offer that. Have a wonderful full moon. Go into it knowing that you deserve all the best that there is to be had for you. Private message me again if you're ready to really reconcile the guilt and blow up like your metaphysical gifts and get out there and live your purpose in the world. That's what I'm here to help people do. Love to help all of you do that and get the same results for all of you that I've gotten for other people, and help facilitate the space for you to make all those dreams come true. So blessings to everyone. I will catch you all soon. Bye-bye.